Monday night video discussion. We got this storm that's going to be coming on Thursday night through Friday. It's a very interesting storm, but the jury's still out on where snow can fall in terms of the system, because there's a lot of warm air ahead of it, and it's going to really, I think, come down to the wire if areas in the northern mid-Atlantic to New England see snow. But here's what's going on. The energy's going to start hitting the country now. So you've got a few pieces of energy here that are going to hit the country. Now what's going to happen is this energy is going to consolidate. It's going to cause precipitation to break out ahead of the main feature, which will be rain on Thursday, and then this thing is going to try to redevelop off the coast. And based on how strong this is, will determine what happens at rain versus snow. So let's take a look at it. Here's that low pressure system I mentioned that's going to be developing in the Midwest. Now the thing is, this can't just cut right up because there's an extreme amount of blocking right now. So there's a lot of high pressure to the north of the storm. So what happens is the storm is forced to redevelop off the coast. The issue, however, is there is no cold air ahead of this storm, which is an ingredient you really need to have a significant snowstorm, especially in the big cities. So this is a very big factor we can't forget about. But in any event, as you can see, this storm, this is now on Thursday morning, rain breaks out. Very confident rain will break out. But notice here's the second storm taking over on the coast. And depending upon where this develops and how deep it is going to depend upon how much cold air gets wrapped into the storm. So watch what happens here. The storm redevelops and it tries to pull in this cold air. This is at 5,000 feet. However, the problem is if you go down to, say, 2,000 feet of the surface, it's struggling to get below freezing. And in fact, none of this is below freezing at the surface or even just above the surface. So it's cold enough to snow at 5,000 feet, but the snow melts. So what we need to see happen here, guys, if you want snow in, say, northern New Jersey, southern New England, because the south, forget about it. What you're going to have to see is, so what you're going to have to really see here is this deepen enough where it pulls in enough cold air and the precipitation is intense enough, so you're going to end up having snow in the northern mid-Atlantic to New England. And I just don't know if that's going to happen yet, guys. You can see the storm lingers through the day Friday, then pulls away. What we're going to have to see is when these higher resolution models pick this up, if they're able to dissect something called dynamic cooling, which is a storm rapidly deepens off the coast, it pulls the cold air down to the surface and snow can break out. But what am I thinking now? This is just areas I think it could snow, so I really like the Catskills and northern Massachusetts, southern Vermont for a snow event in the higher elevations. And I think the snow can get down to northern New Jersey, but we just don't know yet what's going to happen. There's a few analogs I'm looking at. For example, April 1982 has some similarities, but it looked like it was a little colder. So we'll see. Keep checking in, but for now, a storm is coming. Whether it snows, the jury is really still out.